Hey everybody, this is Kevin with Ken Sewing Center. Today I want to talk to you about the Janome Memory Craft 6650. The 6650 is one of the newest machines in the Janome line. If you'll notice, there's several nice features about this machine that we'll go over quickly. The machine, first of all, has the larger spool stand built in, so you can use your bigger cones of thread. You will have all metal construction on the base. This machine sews up to 1,000 stitches per minute, so that's really going to cut down on the vibration of the machine because it does sew faster than your average machine. One feature I really do like about the machine, our customers have given us a lot of great feedback on, is the distance from our needle to the inside of the sewing arm is 10 inches. So it's very comfortable working with this machine. If I'm doing free motion work, if I'm rolling up my quilt in the middle of the garment here, if I'm just working with a larger piece of material, I get extra support to the right of the needle so I keep my hand on it as the machine is feeding the fabric through. And speaking of feeding the fabric, this machine does have extra high lift under the presser foot so I can get those thicker materials up underneath. And I have a 7-point feed dog system on this machine. What that means is there are 7 places that the feed dogs are actually touching the fabric. And the feed dogs are actually longer on this machine, so you have more surface area touching the garment. For lighter weight materials, that's going to be really a nice thing to have because I don't have to worry about the fabric puckering. It's going to greatly reduce that happening. Not only that, if I'm working with heavier materials, before I have to put the AccuFeed foot on the machine, and that acts just like another set of feed dogs on top, feeding thicker materials, the likelihood of me putting that on is going to be reduced because I got more surface area touching my fabric. On the machine, everything is channeled all the way to my needle as far as threading the machine, and I have a handy dandy needle threader built in on the machine. It has adjustable pressure that I can adjust the amount of force being pressed down on my material. So for those lighter weight materials, I can actually crank that down so there's more pressure touching it, so it helps to feed the fabric through straight. The machine does have a built-in place for a knee lift. It will come with a knee lift to raise and lower that presser foot when I'm doing my free motion work. The 6650 does have a lot of stitches built in, your garment construction stitches, quilting stitches, applique stitches. It has 9 different styles of one-step buttonhole that's built into the machine. Several hundred stitches that are built in, and on the website we will give you a diagram of all the stitches that are built in. And feel free to call us anytime with questions about the 6650. Another nice feature that people rave about over the years is the built-in scissor. This will snip the bobbin and top thread for me just at the push of a button. I have a set needle up, needle down, so when I let off my presser foot, or if I just want to use my start-stop button, that we can set the machine and let the needle stop in the fabric or stay out of the fabric. The machine will have the auto lock feature built in. This will probably do away with reverse for you because this is super nice. It will tile the stitch off underneath for me. That removes that ugly back tack a lot of times you get with reverse. Your stitch is still tied in and that knot's hidden underneath your garment where you cannot see it. The machine will recommend a presser foot for me for the stitch that I'm doing. As I pull up a stitch on the screen here, I just hit my number, hit enter, and it's going to pull the stitch up for me. It shows me a diagram of the stitch with my factory default width and lengths already set. So as I want to crank this up, it goes all the way up on my width, get this, to 9 millimeters. Most machines do 7. But you'll be able to go all the way up to 9. My range of motion on my stitch width and my stitch length goes up in tenths of a millimeter. So the 6650 has the ability to go all the way up to 9 millimeters, just like the $7,000 and $8,000, $9,000 top of the line machines in the series. You'll see similar models in the Janome line to the 6650, but you won't be paying top of the line price. You still get all these nice features. I have 4 different modes, from my utility stitches to my garment construction stitches, and then I have alphabets built in on the machine. The machine does have an independent bobbin winder, so I can be winding bobbins as I'm sewing. On my stitches, I have the ability to mirror image those. I can flip them around, and that changes the entire look of the stitch. 6650 has a very easy to use tension system. You're rarely going to be adjusting tensions. for anything from heavy fabric down to lighter weight material. So what I have right here is basically 8-ply of denim that I'm going to sew through the machine. Since I have that high rise lift, I can get that up underneath. 8-ply of denim is a little bit thicker than the side seam on a pair of blue jeans, and that's probably about the heaviest thing that you'd be sewing, but it actually can sew heavier than that. So let me show you how this machine can do that. So I'm going to go to my straight stitch. I do have variable speed on the machine so I can slow it down if I need to. I'm going straight off from 8-ply of denim to a standard cotton, and then I've got a stretchy material here that I'm going to show you. So I'm going from a very wide range of fabrics, and then I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. Then when I get to the end of my seam, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit that auto lock that I was telling you about earlier, and it's going to tie that stitch off underneath for me, so the tie off is hidden. And then I'm just going to hit my scissor and it's going to snip everything for me. I have not adjusted tension. I went from 8-ply of denim to cotton to stretchy material. Watch how it goes through 8-ply of denim with no trouble. And then I will tie off through 8-ply of denim. Snip the thread. Another cool feature about the 6650 is changing our needle plates. There's no more screws I've got to deal with when I go to changing a needle plate. You have the standard plate for doing all your decorative stitches, all of your buttonholes and things of that nature. There's times you want a straight stitch plate when you're doing piecing or free motion work, or if you're working with a lighter weight piece of material and you want to make sure that that doesn't go down into the needle plate. All you got to do is push a button and you can actually take the plate off, get your straight stitch plate, pops right back onto the machine, and I've changed my plates. The 6650 is going to come with a huge assortment of presser feet. Ken Sewing Center does carry every attachment, every part, everything that's available for the 6650. We can help you compare this model to any other model in the Janome line, or try to compare for you to help you find the right machine for you. We do have full-time repairmen at our store. We're open 6 days a week. We can help you with any kind of question you may have. Our sales staff is there to help you, not only help you operate the machine, but if you have a question on how to use a presser foot or which accessory do you need to complete a sewing application you're wanting to do, just pick up the phone and give us a call. With your purchase of the 6650, you get the Janome 25-year limited warranty, plus you have our toll-free customer support for the life you own the machine. If you're ever in the Muscle Shoals, Alabama area and want to come to our retail store, you do get free lessons for life, or one of our salespeople will sit down with you and answer all your questions. And if you can't drive, just pick up the phone and call us. We'll be glad to help you over the phone and walk you through any kind of question you may have.